I will take around 15-20 minutes. Then second part will be understanding the learners, and third part will be the zero lecture on EIY. So during the lockdown, the teachers are seen as the unseen warriors in the fight against the global pandemic. And what I tell you is the novel virus will continue to multiply exponentially and will continue to test the teaching community. And when the going gets tough, it is said that the tough gets going. So with that note, I welcome all the warriors to this interactive session to discover some pre-existing capabilities of ours. Before we start, there is a disclaimer from my side. The thoughts and ideas in the PPT are very thought-provoking, and it requires open mind, and it may cause massive disruption. So first question is, what is new normal? So everyone will have an answer for this. So new normal is a term that is used to reflect a change in society, particularly in relation to business or economy, that refers to significant change in financial and business condition. So when we talk about business, society and economy, so what an engineering teacher has to do with it? So the answer to this will lie in this figure. So you can see this is what a new normal is taking place at our home. And can anyone ever teach this kid with traditional way of chalkboard teaching for 9 to 5? So when we say change in society, new normal, we talk about new normal and we talk about the change in society. It has to be brought to education, and universities like LPU, which works on the motto that transforming education, transforming India, has to be instrumental in bringing this change. It is a universal rule that education houses should be the minimum of what is happening in the society. So with the amount of mindless use of internet and mobile addiction that students and kids are actually going through these days, what has actually happened is, in year 2000, the attention span of an average human was 12 seconds, and in 2015 it has dropped to 8 seconds. Okay, so attention span has gone down. So if we miss our target audience even for 8 seconds, what will happen? Their thoughts and mind will take them to a better place than what we are teaching. And we have to face this reality. This is choice. When they will always choose what they like. So another reason that many faculties complain these days about the attitude of the student, they say generation gap. And we are not surprised that students also think like that. So the problem is between both the learner as well as the teacher. So if you think that this generation gap is not a learning barrier, then you are probably wrong. It is a global issue and it is being addressed by the HR community. The people who are born post 1995, they are seen as generation 2020. They have their own issues, and what we are dealing with people who are born post 2000. So these are the millennium kids we are looking at, and their issues are much complicated than what we think. So we have to understand that. We have to understand, then we have to make strategy for them, because ultimately they are the receiver. Some of the new normal that is being seen in the new generation these days, first thing is their information consumption. They are taking a lot of information and they are taking it from the technology and social media, which may or may not be reliable. So as a teacher, we have to mentor that what information they should consume and source of the information that they are consuming, it should be correct. And their style of getting information is they want it easily and they want it fast. And even a 5-year kid at home, the kid will have some ego, they will have some peer pressure, and they absolutely hate comparisons. So students these days, they don't like comparison, and the students we are dealing, they are actually adults, they are still growing. So we have to consider the fact that we are dealing with adults. They also like clarity. Clarity in the sense that on the lecture 0 itself, we should inform them about our expectation. What Ganesh sir did today was absolutely perfect. On the day 1, you tell them what is expected of them, and we have to stick with that. Students are multitasking. They have higher multitasking capabilities than ever. Only we need to do is we have to channelize their energy for more constructive work. They are very careless. They are very carefree. So what we have to do, we have to make them responsible and accountable for their career. And the last point what I want to share is they fear failure and they hate losing also. So what is happening that they are playing PUBG. So we have to understand the psychology of the student, why he is attracted to playing PUBG. Just because PUBG is something that he will give him another chance. He will give him a platform. It will give him to empower his individuality. Student like to play PUBG just because he has got some mental and physical space there. So same thing we have to practice. As we know that corporate will do that. They will try to understand their client and then they will cash on it. So similarly, we have to empower the students with learning and we have to give them space to restart again and again. So always have a PPT which has very limited text. So dear friends, ICT, online pedagogy, has emerged as the new normal in teaching in the testing times, and it will continue to dominate in the coming future also. So it is high time that teachers equip themselves, should empower themselves and adapt this new normal in the teaching pedagogy to be globally competitive and use this present disruption as a gateway for developing their own learner-centered pedagogy. So if you think that we can continue and we can survive without bringing any change, whatever we are doing was correct and we'll continue to do that with that. So I'm sorry to inform that you're wrong. Just see these products. These products were hot products some time back and now they're obsolete. They are not seen in the market. So change as per the situation is the need of the hour. So if you agree with what I said, so the next question is, what should we do? Do we have a plan or strategy for this? So the present situation is like this. And if you agree that everyone is down, so who will eventually win this? Any answer from my audience? Any answer?
No one, sir.
Then
The judge.
that was a good answer, but the one who will get up first will win the bout, right? The one who will stand up first will win the bout. Am I correct?
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Right. So that is what I am telling. The situation is tight for everyone. So one who take up the stand and get up and prepare oneself well will be the winner. Song from Three Idiots. So either you wish to have a new life or you want to be cooked by someone. So choice is yours. So this is all about the new normal. We have to have a plan strategy for this new normal. So this is the end of part 1. So in part 2, what we see is there are so many buzzwords in the education industry these days, like active learning, flipped classroom. And what I want is that everyone should remove the mental block that what these terms are and try to focus their attention on the learner only. Center of focus should be on the learning strategies that are for the learner. To teach a learner, we must understand the learner. And once we have tried to understand the learner, now we have to find what are the learning style or the learning modalities that are seen amongst the students or a learner. Essentially, there are 3 types of learner, which is important from our engineering point of view. The first one is the visual, second one is auditory, and the third one is kinesthetic. So as per a study, you will find that in your class, about 25 to 30% of the students will be visual learners. Same amount of students will be there who will be auditory learners, and 15 to 20% students will be kinesthetic. So what we understand from this, so if we have a single strategy, like if we are very good in demonstrating or speaking well. So what we are able to do, we are able to reach only 30% of the students. And if we are able to demonstrate something, further 30% increase in the retention. So 30% will primarily remember that whatever is seen in the class. What we have to do? So the answer is we have to prepare a full drama. Your lecture should be full drama. You should prepare a screenplay for your topic and do a full show, which should have visual effect, it should have auditory effect, and you should try to give some hands-on practice session for the students. So if you compile all these three factors, then only you will be considered as a global competent faculty in this pandemic situation. So the first type is auditory. These type of people essentially are 30% in number. They like group discussion, they like conversation with each other, and while whatever you are teaching, whatever you are saying, they will be happy with that. They will take some notes and they will have retention. Now the next part is the visual learner. They like to have take the concepts, ideas, and data and information through images. So to make them happy, make them satisfied, make them learn, what you have to do, you have to use graphs, you have to use illustrations, you have to use pictures, and you have to make PowerPoints and video lectures. So what we see, auditory as well as visual learners, they like to see videos. So video is a very important and powerful tool for this blended mode of learning what we are talking. So now the third, that is the kinesthetic. In this, the people or the students like to have a physical activity. Like you can go for hand-on activity, you can have role playing, you can have note taking, you have some assignment, you have meetings and interaction, you can even arrange for site visit. So all this comes under kinesthetic. So much diversity is there amongst the student for their learning. So what we have done is we have devised a blended learning, that is combination of all these best of everything we have done, and we have found a blended learning scheme. And the various benefits of blended learning from a learner's perspective will be, blended learning allows the student to take information home and have their own time to understand without pressure of keeping the pace with the rest of the class. So we can call it as self-paced learning or study. Then depending upon his learning style, he can continue with his learnings, right? Student will have the ownership of their learning. So if we already given some notes, the assignment to him, what he will have ownership of that, and it will allow him to do independent learning. So it will give a sense of responsibility to the student also. An opportunity to preview and review the study material. If he has the study material already available with him, so what he can do before coming to the class where you have designed activities for him, he will have a chance to preview it. And once he has done with the activity, or he has somehow missed the activities in the class, he has the chance to revisit it and review the activities. So this we called as front loading the student. So before activities what we have arranged in the class, we are giving inputs to the student before they are coming to the class. So students will actively participate when based on the information that is already given to the student. Now you are in the class, what you are doing, you are arranging some activities, so he will be actively participating in that, and it will make learning fun for him. You can use any interactive styles of testing, quizzing, and monitoring or feedback. From teachers or trainers perspective, it is going to actually complement the class sessions. It will strengthen the teaching process. Use of practical examples, with the use of practical example in your videos or your PPTs, you can do wonders with that. Increase interaction with the students. You have time to understand the student. What are his learning issues? You have to answer to that. You are not going to have a single role of telling the student. You have to address his learning issues also. Like Earlier days, we used to prepare a lecture, we will go and deliver it in the class, stand in the front of the students and deliver it. But now the role will be different. All whatever information is to be given, it is to be given prior to the class. And in the class, what we have to do, we have to talk about it, we have to discuss about it, we have to make the student discuss about it, right? So activities has to be planned in that way. So this will give more time for practice and discussion. You will get more time to get involved with the students, and it will actually improve the learner's performance. Without any pressure, you will have time to prepare. Then eventually what will happen, it will help him to improve the learning, his learning. So this is end of part 2 from my side. And now we are ready to go to EIY, which is best delivered through the blended mode. So what is EIY? EIY is experience it yourself. It is probably a brainchild of Naviraj sir, and under mentorship of Dr. Amit Srivastava sir and my friend Vidya Sagar, we have compiled something. We have named it as EIY, and this is a part of civil first year paper, that is EIV 106. So hello everyone, I'm Dr. Nishant Yadav from School of Civil Engineering, Associate Professor, and we have a subject. We are here to discuss a subject called EIY, experience it yourself. So we have a problem in our hand, right? So how we experience it through online class. So what to do? Can we see this picture? Actually, civil engineering is everywhere, right? You don't have to search it in Google, where is civil engineering. You go across the street and you will find that civil engineering is everywhere. That roads, that buildings, that canal, that drain, everything is civil engineering, right? The air we breathe, the water we drink, everything is civil engineering. So my question is, we'll start from this image only. As a civil engineer, first year civil engineering student, can you pinpoint or identify any building material that is used in this image? What are the various building materials you can see in this image? Anyone?
Bricks, concrete.
Bricks, glass panels.
Sahil sir, you are correct. By volume, the maximum quantity is brick only. Then Vidya sir already knew that answer, right?
Aluminium sheets are also there, sir.
Yeah.
Right. So that's good. Now what we do, we'll sequence it. We will understand it sequentially. We'll start from the bottom, then we'll go upside. And in the bottom, we say that there is some paving element that is laid on the building. There is some paving material. And the idea of laying this paving material is we want a smooth surface to move, right? So the first material we are going to look at in EIY will be the interlocking concrete paver blocks. And then we'll go for the red clay bricks, and in between we will see the concrete, how concrete is made in a ready mix plant. So the beauty of engineering is that we are dealing with the things that of micro or nano scale to a major or mega project. We have the honor of making the world for the civilization. So we are civil engineers and we should be proud of that, right? And the main idea of EIY is not to teach. So we are not going to teach. Only what we are going to do is we'll facilitate you your learning. So you have the ownership of your learning. The main idea is to create the curiosity, things that you commonly see in your daily life. So this image, like this, you would see many images. You will walk down your street, you will see buildings, structures, everything. So what I want you is to identify what are the building materials that are used around you, right? So to start the game, we should first make what are the rules. So these will be the rules. That is the objectives, our intention about the EIY. The first idea is to bring industrial process to the classroom. So whenever we are taking a theory subject, that connect between the industry and classroom is not there. So by means of EIY, what we are going to do will bring industry to our classroom. That will bring a connect. That will give you a better visualization of what is actually happening with the product. The second objective would be to enrich the e-classroom experience. See, if we are talking, how much you can bear me, right? So either we can have some PPT presentation, but when you are within the class, you are taken to a site, how you will feel? You will be feeling, you will get break from the monotonous, you will be attracted to the videos, and there will be some inspiring music also to enjoy, right? Then associating e-practicality with the learning, that is also very important. And you will get a chance to augment the foresight of how, why, what, and when things will be learned. See, if you are learning only brick, that is not important as a civil engineer. As a civil engineer, you should be a complete package who knows about the material, who knows about the design, who knows about how to implement it in the real life, right? So the main idea is to blend the experiential learning and the floor shop learning. You go to directly go to a floor shop and see what is happening, and this is actually adapting to the new normal. So the methodology what we have adopted is, the first thing, we shortlisted some very commonly used product and we interviewed some of the students, showing picture like this, and we got a list of 4 products. That is, first one is paver concrete blocks, concrete paver blocks, then bricks, then ready mix concrete, and one more item is there, that is plywood. So based on that, what we did, we prepared a storyline that what all we need to tell to a first year student. Then we visited to the manufacturing unit, and with me Vidyasagar sir also came, and in some cases Dean sir was also with us, and he also guided in the first few videos that how to, what things we should capture, and his insights were very good for us. Thank you, sir. And we recorded all the macro and micro details that we could see at the site, and we interviewed some of the key personals like their owner, some senior worker. We interviewed them, and we came back. We did some post-production process, that was we gave some voiceover, we put some animation, we added some titles and credits to the video, and this part is already done. So 50% of the methodology what we intend to do for EIY is already done. Now the second part we have to do, that is written on the bottom side, which is this one. So this will be seen by the first year student. So dear student, this is CIV 106 EIY. So delivery of the content will be through the blended mode, and we will be sharing videos with you. Before you come to the class, you are expected to watch these videos as homework. When you come to the class and during the online session, what we will do, we will interact with you, we will talk with you, we will discuss with you. And what all things will we discuss? How aspect, the what aspect, the why aspect, the when aspect, the which aspect. You are free to ask any question anytime, and we will open the forum and we will discuss it. These are the four products which we are dealing with. The first, we have already seen this. So how to go about this? So in week 1, what we'll do, we'll deal with only two videos. The first one will be the introduction, and the second one will be the discussion about the types, requirement of paving material, and the manufacturing process at macro level. So these things are planned for the first week. For the second week, what we'll do, we'll further bisect the divide the manufacturing process into micro parts. Then each operation we will take up and we will discuss in the class. Followed by the discussion, we will ask the students to tell where they have seen the application of these products, and we will also discuss the scope for entrepreneurship and as for research. Lot of research possibilities are also there in this product. We will give a slight food for thought for their minds, right? Keep on thinking that these are the problems with this material. So keep on thinking. And in the third week, what we'll do, we'll have an assessment test. So there will be 2 components for assessment test. I will share with you. So we have named it as experience check. So the product 1 is CIV 1.0, interlocking concrete paver blocks. So here the student will be asked to tick So what are the raw materials used in paper blocks? So he has to click lime, he has to skip cement, sand, aggregate, like this. He has to be very sure that, because these questions are framed such that he has to watch the entire videos, all the videos he has to know and learn. And if he's not knowing about this, if you see the second question, if he's not knowing about the process, there are 7 processes and he has to know what process will come next. So he has to arrange the process in a sequential order. So what will be the process 1, what will be the process 2, what will be process 3. So like this the questions are designed. So the third is the nested type of question is there. So statement A is something, statement B is something. This type of questions they will get in GATE also. One more thing is there. We have picture question also. We will share a type of image and we'll ask to classify the image. So this we have already taken in the video, and the students will be asked to classify it. And more emphasis will be given on the application part. We are not going to teach them anything 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. We are not going to teach that way, right? So in the last question you can see that as a site engineer, what are the main points of focus? So preparation of subbase, leveling of subbase. So he has to tick whatever the options are correct. He has to tick. So whenever he read the option, he has to think something about it. So it will develop an insight about the product as well as about the topic. So we'll again move back to our slides. So this is the description that we are taking up. This is I will share a video with you. So this is part 3.
Welcome to the third series of EIY. Experience it yourself. You can't be standing at any better place than this if you want to talk and tell about clay bricks. In the previous videos, we talked about concrete paved blocks and ready-mix concrete. Brick is the material that is by volume the most used material in any building. Whether it is residential, commercial, educational building, brick will be occupying the maximum space in the building. The complete knowledge about brick and brick masonry will be given in the coming semesters through the subject CIV 234 and 244, Advanced Construction Material and Building Material. Students will get chance to conduct all the specified tests on bricks in Building Material Lab. Brick is one of the oldest materials that is used in ancient times like in Roman civilization and Egyptian civilization. But the utility of a building material essentially depends upon the availability in abundance of a material. If it is abundantly and easily available, that material will be economical to us. Bricks are a popular building material because they are strong and very durable, fire resistant. Being relatively light in weight, they can be laid very rapidly. A good brick mason can lay about 1200 bricks in a day. The questions that must be arising in your mind is, what makes brick so popular for over centuries? What are the types? What are the applications of bricks? What is the reason of the red color in the bricks? How a soil, that is the raw material for making brick, can withstand so much load? All these questions we will try to answer in this series. Talking and telling is not EIY. In the next video, we'll land up to a brick manufacturing unit near LPU campus and try to explore and experience all the process that involved in the production of red clay bricks. Till then, goodbye, take care, and think big.
So that was, we have another video coming up.
Welcome.
So the editing was done by our Vidyasagar sir, and all credits to him.
Welcome to EIY. Experience it yourself. Our journey in the manufacturing process of red clay brick has reached to the burning process. Bricks are classified as burnt bricks or unburnt bricks. In the previous video, we saw layout of a kiln. The kiln has two portions, the outer ring and the inner ring. The bricks are placed in between these rings. We enter the inner zone through one of the openings. As you can see, that all the chambers of inner rings are interconnected through a natural exhaust system, and the cross section of the kiln looks like this. The bricks are laid in three zones: cooling zone, combustion zone, and preheating zone. All the bricks are covered with sand and brick dust to prevent heat loss. So let's take a look from the top of the kiln. For recharging coal for combustion process, certain openings are left at specific points. These will be carried out to monitor the combustion process. Combustion for burning of bricks start from cooling zone. The heat will travel through the interconnected chambers and reach the preheating zone. Where the raw bricks are sealed with plastic sheets to insulate the heat movement from inside or outside. Once the combustion is completed, the recharging of coal will be stopped and the kiln will slowly cool down. Two vents like this are provided at the end of each chamber for the hot gases to move out. The exhaust system is controlled by this central exhaust fan, which will pull all the gases and dispose of to this chimney. Shed like this is provided to protect the brick during the combustion process from the rain. This is all about the burning process in the manufacturing process of red clay bricks. In the next video, we will conclude the series with some assignments and tips to reinforce your learning. Till then, goodbye. Take care.
And I thoroughly enjoyed preparing these videos with Vidyasagar sir and Amit Srivastava sir. And I honestly tell that 20 years back when I started my career, the first lecture which I took was on brick. And 20 years later, today, I got a chance to actually enter into a kiln. So first time I got chance to see a kiln, and I was so confused. I always used to keep on asking Vidyasagar, yeah, I couldn't understand the process. So after seeing the animation which Vidyasagar sir made, and this, now it is clear to me. So that is an honest confession that I should make. So moving ahead, assessment mechanism which we have designed for EIY, experience it yourself.
निशांत, एक आध वीडियो उसका भी दिखा दो, पेवर ब्लॉक और प्लस इसका
right sir,
1.1 और 2.1 वाला,
right sir,
जो प्रोसेस वाला था,
right sir.
So hope you are all enjoying.
Yes sir, nice.
Welcome to EIY, experience it yourself, where today we will take you, or rather we will bring a manufacturing unit into our classroom. I already told you EIY is a unique and first of its kind in experiential learning. So let's go to an interlocking concrete paver block manufacturing unit near LPU campus. Today we are here to see the complete end-to-end manufacturing process of an interlocking paver block. So today we are at Sri Guru Nanak interlocking cement tile. The basic ingredients of concrete paver blocks are cement, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, water, and additives like color pigments for desired colors. Though the entire process is labor intensive, some machines that are used are the mixer machine. The vibrating table is used to compact the fresh concrete. Molds play a critical role in manufacturing of paver blocks. The final shape and size of the blocks will depend upon the types of mold used. Batching is the first step in the manufacturing process of paver block. One labor is putting the coarse aggregate, while other is putting the coarse sand in fixed quantities. In between, one of them will put cement in the mix also, so that the volume between the ingredients is maintained. After dry mixing for 3 to 4 minutes, when the aggregates and cement have homogenized properly, now it's time for water to be added. The mix looks absolutely perfect and homogeneous. This is the end of mixing process, as further vibrations will cause coarse aggregate to separate out from the mix. Now it's time to fill up these molds with the fresh concrete mix. This process is called molding. The molds are placed upside down and fresh mixed concrete is poured into the molds. These molds are simultaneously vibrated to ensure that fresh concrete is fully compacted, which is essential for strength and durability performance of the paving blocks. The filled and compacted molds will be stacked here for 24 hours in shade to avoid evaporation of water and early drying of the concrete blocks. Now these blocks will be taken out from these molds. This process is called demolding. After demolding, these blocks will be taken for the next step, that is curing. Curing ensures better hydration of cement. Better hydrated cement will increase the strength and durability of hardened concrete. All the ingredients and the end products have to pass laboratory test for certification by BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards. Civil engineering students will have exposure to all these specified tests in coming semesters. Now these interlocking concrete paver blocks are ready for sale and will be dispatched to the customers. Engineering is a journey and not a destination. In your BTech journey in civil engineering at LPU, you will get a chance to learn the following courses, which will be helpful for you to become a solvent engineer. We'll continue our journey into the life cycle of interlocking paver blocks in our next video. Till then, goodbye and take care.
2.0 जो किए थे ना स्टूडियो में किए थे 2.0
सर 1 किए थे सर।
1 किए थे ना, स्टूडियो वाला दिखाओ, वो भी एक डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस 1.0।
EIY, experience it yourself, is a unique and first of its kind of experiential learning. The idea is to create awareness and develop curiosity amongst the aspirants of civil engineering. Engineers are known to make our lives easy, and people may say that civil engineers make the world and others just live it. Today we are going to see a tiny component in civil engineering, that is interlocking paver blocks. In this series of video lectures, we will take you to insight of the life cycle of concrete paver blocks, in which we will not confine to engineering and engineering aspects only. We will take you explore the opportunities for entrepreneurship, in the coming videos, we will see the layer by layer production of the concrete paver blocks. We will also see some of the challenges that are faced by site engineers in their day-to-day life, and we will see how these concrete paver blocks are laid at actual site. At the end of this video series, you will be able to analyze and make judicial decisions on how to use, when to use, and what to use at which site. You will be equipped with the all knowledge and information about the product. No site is ever the same. The challenges lies in handling the uncertainties at the site. A civil engineer is responsible to deliver a smooth surface for transportation. But before solving the problem, he has to solve. Prefabricated blocks are easy to lay, and probably they are very strong and durable. So in the next video, we will take you to a manufacturing unit for end-to-end manufacturing process of interlocking concrete paver block. Till then, take care and goodbye. Welcome to EIY, experience it yourself. In the previous video, we saw the end-to-end manufacturing process of the interlocking concrete paver block. In this video, let us talk about the ingredients of paver blocks. Actually, these paver blocks are product application of the material called concrete. The basic ingredients of concrete paver blocks are cement, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, and water. Although it looks simple, but it is important to know that the right selection and the right proportion of these ingredients are very important. The aggregates which is having size fraction less than 4.75 mm is classified as fine aggregate, and the aggregates whose sizes are greater than 4.75 mm are the coarse aggregates. For the manufacturing process of paver block, the maximum size of coarse aggregate used is 20 mm. By volume, 85% of concrete material is a filler material made up of aggregates, which is a cheap and locally available material. Sand is used as a fine aggregate. Finer sand is used in the top coat to give a smooth finish to the paver blocks, whereas moderately coarse or coarse sand along with coarse aggregate will be used as a filler in the rest of the block. The aggregates are inert. They will not bind themselves. For that, binder is to be used. Cement is the most popular binder in the construction industry till date. India is the second largest producer of cement in the world, only next to China. Commercially, cement is available in 3 grades: 33 grade, 43 grade, and 53 grade. They are differentiated on the basis of their 28-day compressive strength. There are various types of cement available in the market on the basis of site requirements. PPC, pozzolanic Portland cement, is one in which up to 30% of cement is replaced by sustainable, suitable pozzolanic material like fly ash, which is considered to be green and sustainable and is a popular choice in construction industry today. Water is an important ingredient of concrete. The chemical reaction of water with cement is referred to as the hydration of cement. The hydrated products of cement imparts the binding property to concrete. Use of additives like color pigments, For the customized color requirements at sites, impart vibrant colors to the paver blocks, which makes it a popular paving material. In the next video, we will take insight to another aspect of manufacturing process, the batching and the mixing process in detail. Till then, goodbye and take care. Welcome to video lecture of EIY. Experience it yourself. In the previous video, we saw the various ingredients of interlocking concrete paver block like pozzolana Portland cement, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, water, and additives. In this video, we'll see batching and mixing operations of the various ingredients of concrete during the manufacturing of paver blocks. Commercially, the aggregates are available as per their sizes. Like coarse aggregates are available in 20 mm and 10 mm size aggregates. Fine aggregate, which is sand in our case, is classified into 4 zones according to their particle size distribution. The mix design procedure specified by Indian Standard Code is based on the size of coarse and fine aggregates. Concrete technologists will give the mix design. Mix design is basically the proportions of the ingredients to be used in the mix. For example, if the design mix proportion is 1:2:4, it means that the proportion of cement in the mix is 1 to that of sand is 2 to that of coarse aggregate in the mix is 4. That is, cement is to sand is to coarse aggregate ratio in the mix is 1:2:4. Now the question is, how to batch these ingredients, by volume or by weight? In laboratories and mechanized manufacturing units, these batching are done by weight. That is, the ingredients used are measured and proportioned by weight, which gives more accurate and reliable result. However, the smaller units use volume batching, in which the ingredients are proportioned volumetrically. The equivalent volume of material is calculated by simple calculation using density and mass of the material. Volume batching also gives satisfactory results. In volumetric batching, in the manufacturing process of concrete, we will use similar measuring tub to proportion the coarse aggregate and moderately coarse sand in the fixed quantities as per the calculation of mix design. Ideally, the aggregates used should be fully saturated with water and their surface should be dry. But in actual site, before batching, water is sprinkled over the aggregates so that the aggregates do not absorb the water from the mix. For homogeneous mixing of all ingredients, mixing process is done. For mixing, a mixing drum is used, which should be clean for the process. Mixing is done in the following steps. First, the coarse aggregate and fine aggregates are homogenized for 3 to 4 minutes, after which 25% of the total water to be used in mixing is added to the mixer. The mixing drum is made up of mild steel, and the speed of mixer is maintained at 24 rpm per minute. In the next video, we will continue our journey into the life cycle of concrete paver blocks, the process like compaction and molding in the manufacturing process of paver block. Till then, goodbye and take care.
Nice one, sir.
अच्छा, हम लोग अब थोड़ा सा डिस्कस करते हैं प्रेजेंटेशन। अभी बचा हुआ तुम्हारा प्रेजेंटेशन?
सर खत्म हो, ऑलमोस्ट खत्म हो गया सर।
चलो खत्म।
So the various components of assessment is attendance is carrying 5%, CA, that is continuous assessment, is 45%. For CA, what we are doing, for at the end of every product, that is after product 1 we will have CA1, after second product we will have CA2, likewise. So 4 CA will be conducted after the end of each product. So each CA will carry 15 marks, and best of the 3 out of all the 4 tests, best 3 marks will be taken as CA component, and the questions will be based on the basic process of the industry equipment, machinery and procedures, expectation and learning. And marks will be accorded as per the questionnaire. And for the end term, we have designed a end report. This report will be graded and this will be evaluated based on their product awareness, site visit and interaction with the people that they will meet during their visit. So the home assignment which we are giving is, first one is the site visit. The other place is the place where actual production is taking place. So these are home assignments and this will not be credited. For this credited component, as already I told that one CA component will be taken after each product, and best 3 marks out of the 4 will be taken for final score. So this is the end term report. So 10 questions are there, marking is there, 20 marks, 10 marks, 5 marks depending upon the these are the outcomes. So upon the completion of this course, the student are able to acquire and demonstrate the following outcomes at the end of course. So the student will get familiarized with the workplace environment and is able to comprehend the process and details. He is able to correlate the need and utility of the content and appreciate the essence behind the expectations. Foresee the upcoming course content and have out of the book experience. An exciting and impressive way for knowing their discipline through shopware learning, and it's a novel design will pitch online mode in a unique way. So that's the key takeaways from this presentation would be: teacher is not just a normal person these days. As a teacher, he has to be a facilitator, he has to be a mentor, he has to be coach and a guide. And students should not be controlled, they should be guided only, and find their learning issues and try to solve them. So that's it from my side. Thank you.
Excellent, Dr. Nishant. I think I should, first of all, I should appreciate you and your team, the Sagar. And I must appreciate the effort that is done by, and I think you learned everything in 1 month of time. So that is more important, because I should say that they were not experts. They just learned everything in this 1 month of duration. When they were asked to create the video, and then I know the initial struggles and then initial pain that you people have taken. And you will not believe that a 3 minute of video takes 20 hours. So that's what, not more is required. Yeah, I know I was behind him for every video that he was creating, and I don't know how much he was offended, but I should appreciate that what he has done. And from the core of my heart, I because you learn the new software, new tool time. You for that. So you can also share your experience, and you just see that how well Dr. Nishant engaged. So, thank you. That graduation of the two boxes were like the two will punch. This kind of and I just to have this kind of videos or so don't make it plain PPT, like 1 hour you are just showing PPT and you are explaining the thing. It actually becomes a little boring, and students are not very attentive, and it is just PPT showing and you are just reading the content of PPT. So that makes the things little boring. In between, you can show the video, you can show the animations, you can take the polling, you can ask some quizzes, you can ask some you can ask the students to do some small activities on a piece of paper. So if you, as Dr. Nishant rightly said, that it's a mix and match. You have to do all kind of activities to get the attention of your students, because the major challenge in online teaching is getting the attention of your students for 1 hour. So you have to ensure that complete 1 hour your student is paying attention towards you, and this is a major challenge, big challenge. That, so now online teaching cannot be a normal regular teaching that you did in the classroom. You have to change your pattern. You have to change your way of teaching that. Others, now I think this is all from my side. Others can also share their experience and their viewpoints, whatever they want to convey to the team or to the members. Yes. Matt, you want to say something?
Sir, one thing I want to say, I remember I heard one incident कि निशांत सर को इमरजेंसी बुलाया गया था और आप इनके बदले वाइवा की ड्यूटीज में भी बैठ गए थे. That much cooperation I heard. It was.
नहीं वो that was required actually. Because,
yes sir, yes sir. That is what I am saying. How much involved you had been in this case? Yeah.
He was in great demand at the time.
Yeah. But it was great to know when I heard this thing कि मतलब क्या ही कहे, इतना support and eventually the things have become right at right place. Now we can show these videos and other things.
Yeah.
Totally happy.
Yeah, once we get the link, we will share with all of you.
Yeah.
And try to add these animations, these videos in your lecture also. Like you can easily download the videos from YouTube link. You can also download. You can also create. Like if you just learn, it hardly requires 10 to 15 days of effort. Then you can learn this editing tools and you can create your own animations, your own videos. And I think now we are in the era of using these technologies. So when if you come to my room, you will see that I'm sitting in an electronic shop, like out the electronic list. So it happens. Vidya Sagar, would you like to share your experience of this?
सर जैसे हमारे सर ने कहा है कि आपने बहुत सपोर्ट किया है हर जगह पे.
In fact, sir, one thing I will tell you, I was not knowing कि इसकी CA कैटेगरी A0304 होना है या इसमें एंटर जो आपकी वो PPT थी इंडक्शन की, उसके बेसिस पे मुझे पता चला, तब जाके मैंने वो पैरामीटर्स तक चेंज करा है जिस हिसाब से आपने क्लियर कर दिया था. अदरवाइज मैंने इसका सारा पैरामीटर्स डिसिमिलर टू CIB 103 रखा था. वही आई एम सेइंग जितना सपोर्ट और क्लियरिटी यूनिटी आई कैन से इन बिटवीन इट वाज देयर. तो दैट इज व्हाट इट हैज शोन.
नहीं वाकई में हमने जो इनिशियल जो फर्स्ट वर्जन हमने जब किया था इसका बेसिक ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग का, हमने जो है व्हेन वी थॉट ऑफ क्रिएटिंग मॉडल रॉ मटेरियल, that was also very great.
Yes sir, but this year it has been a notch higher. In this online mode this could have been done.
हाँ, ऑनलाइन में हम बेस्ट यही कर सकते थे.
जी
जो भी है वो बेस्ट निकल के आया है.
जी.
You will not believe that civil engineering school was very much appreciated by the higher authorities.
Right sir, first time पे हमारी वीडियो सबसे पहले चांसलर सर को दिखाई गई.
हाँ.
उसके बाद ये अप्रूव हुआ था.
So once our video was approved, then only instructions were given to other schools to create the video. And
sir, in fact note जी नोटिंग्स भी हमारी अप्रूव हो गई है पहले इसकी.
So we are doing great. I think it's a great teamwork. It's a great.
In fact, आज मैं बता दूं टाइम टेबल इंटरफेस बंद हो गया, सारे स्कूल्स की पेंडेंसी अभी है, हमारा सारा डन है. All these things. Yes sir.
सर मैं एक चीज ऐड करना चाहता हूँ. यहाँ पर मैं जब से निशांत सर यहाँ आए कॉलेज में, उसके बाद मैं इनके साथ में शुरू से काम कर रहा हूँ. एनएबीएल में मार्केटिंग भी करी थी एनएबीएल की. इससे भी बहुत मजा आया था सर के साथ काम करके. इस बार भी बहुत मजा आया सीरियसली.
Sir is highly cooperative and good in these things. I always support.
Always motivated, energetic, हमेशा. बैठे बैठे सर के टायर लगे हुए हैं।
अगर डॉक्टर निशांत के साथ
पहुंच जाते हैं।
अगर डॉक्टर निशांत के साथ इन्वॉल्व हो और तुम काम कर रहे हो तो तुम एंजॉय करोगे।
Sir, one more thing I will say positive point here.
एक तो चांस हुआ कि जो है मैं डॉक्टर निशांत बोला कि चलो चाय पी के मिल के आते हैं, बट
एक इंस्टेंस मुझे याद है अभी जब हम मोगा गए थे, यहाँ से 90 किलोमीटर वन साइड मोगा जाते वक्त, पर हम बिल्कुल बोर नहीं हुए रास्ते में। सर ने पूरा एंजॉय करके रखा।
नहीं, he is a very dedicated and fun learning person। और मुझे बुरा नहीं लगा जब निशांत ने मेरा ऑफर रिजेक्ट किया था कि भाई सर आप जाइए और जो है मैं काम कर रहा हूँ। तो आई रियली फेल्ट ग्रेट, नाउ आई हैव गॉट अ टीम ऑफ पीपल हु आर देयर, बट थोड़ा एंजॉय कर लिया करो निशांत, कोई ऐसा चैलेंज।
Sir, in fact, one more thing I will tell you, all the faculties have asked about their load and other things. Only Nishant sir is the person, he has not questioned for a single course कि मुझे ये course क्यों दिया गया है and all. That is one positive thing I have seen. जी
नहीं बहुत अच्छा। We have got the start.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot has to be learned from him.
Now he is one pillar of our civil engineering.
Yes, definitely.
The kind of dedication he has, the kind of
it's on record, sir.
चलो मैं इससे बोल रहा था, मैं क्या जितना बोल सकता हूँ बोल देता हूँ, क्योंकि सारे रिकॉर्ड हो रहे हैं। So anyway, thank you Dr. Nishant and Vidyasagar for all your efforts, and thank you for nice presentation and nice documentation of everything. Please share the copy of these documents so that others can also निशांत तू कुछ बोलना चाहोगे? काफी देर से हम लोग बोल रहे हैं। वसीम है, चला गया। Others also they can share their view, and then in 5 minutes we'll close the session. It's already over time हो गया इसमें।
Sir, the way they have shooted, they have done editing, the way Nishant sir presented all, the professionalism level was 100%, and more important, interaction level was 100%, because when we are watching whatever video they have created, when we are watching the video na, there is not a single second in which we will get distracted. All the time we are very it's very exciting to see what he's saying, the way he's saying. The presentation is wonderful.
डॉक्टर साहिल, हमारा जब फर्स्ट इंटरेक्शन हुआ था तो हमारे सामने चैलेंज क्या रखा गया था कि जो भी वीडियो बनेगा वो डिस्कवरी चैनल से या उससे बेहतर होगा। और दैट वाज अ चैलेंज, एंड आई थिंक जो डॉक्टर निशांत की वॉइस है वो बेस्ट सूट करेगी।
सर ये किस मतलब दिस इज नॉट अ lesser than any other professional video. मतलब the professionalism of the video, the quality, everything is more than up to the mark.
Thank you.
Excellent, sir. Really. Now, apart from teaching, we all have a special skills in editing skill also to make some wonderful PPTs and videos. And this is a new platform for ourselves to learn.
You also joined the team where somehow in between you left us and you are
yes,
staying
sir.
in your house. Otherwise, I could have been
COVID-19 separated us.
Otherwise, I would have been there. Yeah.
Ganesh was also a.
Sure, sir. From here, I am connected.
Yeah. So we are all here. I've got definitely a very strong team of people.
Sure, sir. Definitely.
Who are responding to me and who are taking responsibility. I thank you all. I congratulate you all people and keep doing good work. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I think I can sign off.
Thank you, sir.
And tomorrow we will meet with another session.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Take care.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Ganesh sir, how to save this meeting?
Just stop that recording, sir. Bottom.
Okay.
Wasim ji.
जी सर.
अरे वसीम सर.
डॉक्टर साहब क्या हाल है?
सब बढ़िया सर, सब बढ़िया.
Okay.